The legend returns for one last battle, blood revenge, and the ultimate showdown. But does Rambo 6 do justice for the franchisee, or is it a disappointment send off for John Rambo? Let's break it all down. So, hey everyone, welcome back to the Serpent Studio, your go to place for movie reviews. Today we are diving deep into the 2025 action thriller combo, The Rambo 6, starting starring Sylvester Stallone. This movie marks the sixth and possibly final installment in the iconic Rambo franchise. But was it the epic farewell we expected, or did it miss the mark? Stick around as we analyze the story, action, characters, and whether it live up to the Rambo legacy. And yeah, guys, before we dive in, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss any of our review. Now, let's get into it. So, Rambo 6 The Last Blood picks up years after the events of Rambo 2008. John Rambo is now retired, living a quiet life on a ranch in Arizona. He is struggling with PTSD, but he has found a sense of purpose taking care of his adopted niece, Gabriella, and her grandmother. Things take a turn with Gabriella against Rambo's advice. Goes to the Mexico in search for her biological father. Unfortunately, she falls into the hands of a ruthless Mexican cartel that runs a human trafficking operation. What follows is classic Rambo. He embarks on a brutal rescue mission, taking on a cartel in their own territory. But tragedy strikes, pushing Rambo into full revenge mode. He lures the cartel to his ranch, setting up a violent trap, filling the final showdown. And let's just say it's R rated for a reason. So, John Rambo has always been a tragic figure, a soldier who never found peace. In the sixth part, we see a version of Rambo that's different from the past films. He is older, wavy, and desperately trying to hold on to a normal life. But as always, violence doesn't leave him alone, it just follows him. Sylvester Stallone brings his A game, portraying an aging warrior who knows his time is running out. He is not the unstoppable killing machine of the past. He is vulnerable and adds depth to his character. On the other side, we have the villains Hugo and Victor Martins, leader of the cartel. They are memorable. Not really. Are they memorable? Nah, buddy. No. They serve their purpose, but they are pretty one dimensional. We have seen better Rambo villains. Now let's talk about what makes Rambo Rambo. The action. This movie doesn't hold back. We get knife fights, shootouts, and some of the most brutal kills in the franchise. Rambo his ranch turns his ranch into a battlefield using traps, explosives, and sheer brutality to take down the cartel. The final act is basically Home Alone, but rated R. If you thought Rambo 6 is violent, the last blood takes it to another level. It's Rambo 5, sorry. Rambo 5 is violent. Last blood takes it to another level. It's glory, it's over the top, and it's exactly what fans expect from Rambo. But here's the thing, while the action is intense, it's also different from the others. The jungle welfare is gone, the guerrilla tactics are replaced with a home defense. Does it work? Mostly, but some fans might miss the old school Rambo style. Despite being an action packed revenge thriller, the last sixth part explores some heavy themes: PTSD, loss, and the idea that violence never truly ends for Rambo. We see a man who has spent his life running from war only to be forced back into it. There's a tragic cycle here. No matter how much Rambo tries to live a peaceful life, it always rips away from him. There's no other way for him just to fight for the sake of himself and for the sake of others. The title Sixth is symbolic. It's not just about revenge, it's about the end of Rambo's journey. But does it feel like a fitting conclusion? That's up for debate. And the visually sixth might be solid. The cinematography captures the harsh, dusty landscape of Arizona and the neon lit underworld of Mexico beautifully. The contrast between the glam rich life and the brutal violence is strikingly good. Director Adrian Gunberg keeps the packing tight through the film, does take its time in the first act. Some might find it slow, but it's building tension efficiently. The action scenes are shot in a raw, gritty style, no shaky cam, it's just brutal, clear violence. Love it or hate it, the sixth part looks great. So, how does the sixth compare to the last of the franchise? So, the first blood, a physically thriller about a war veteran published pushed to his limits. The second part was more action, less drama, pure 80s entertainment, and the third was the top and the most over the top Rambo movie with a war on a grand scale. The fourth, which is Rambo 2008, it's a return of brutal, grounded violence with a dark tone. And the fifth, a revenge thriller that needs more like the Taken, more like the Taken, the Rambo. Each movie has its own identity, but the sixth feels the least like a Rambo movie. It's more for a violent revenge story than a war. Now, let's talk about the criticism. Last Blood was met with mixed to negative reviews. Critics called it over violent, simplistic, and even accused it for negative stereography. Some fans loved the action but felt the story was too basic. Others thought it didn't feel like a true Rambo film. Personally, while I enjoyed the action, but I do think the story could have been stronger, the villains were forgettable, and the film lacked the entertainment depth for the first blood. So, is Rambo 6th a worthy final? For hardcore Rambo fans, it delivers brutal action and one last ride with Stallone. But as a conclusion to the franchise, it divi- it divide it's entertaining but not the best send off Rambo could have had. If you love action and don't mind over the top violence, you will have fun with this. But if you are looking for a deep, character driven story like First Blood, you might be a bit of disappointed. And the final section, um, the final score is rating. I will rate it 7 out of 10. And what do you think? Did the Rambo 6 do justice to the Rambo legacy? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more movies, reviews, and until the next time, stay tuned and thank you.